I think it's time for a special guest, in particular after a deep question like that. So here's what we're going to do. In honor of Mother's Day on Sunday, a very, very happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there. And next week is my 19th wedding anniversary to my lovely bride. And as you know, I teased it on Twitter. We do have a guest. Give it up. It's a slow clap edition. Sara Klatt's coming in. She's joining the program. She's right here. This is my first guest, babe, on the Joel Klatt Show, at least in studio. It's not quite a big noon conversation. This is just more like a joint effort. Is that what you want to say? So like a joint effort mailbag?
Great.
Whatever
you say.
Great. Whatever I say. That's the first time she's ever said that. But that's all right. Okay. Are you ready, babe?
I am. First of all, can I say I really liked your answer to Adam?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it was good.
I appreciate that.
Proud of you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That's like my number one goal in life is to make her proud of me.
You do it.
I appreciate that. Okay, babe. I'm going to give you these cold.
Okay.
She doesn't know these questions. Probably not a good idea, but you know what? 19 years. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Lucas says, you ready, babe?
Yep.
Hey, my name is Lucas. I met Joel at the University of Oklahoma when I worked for the football team. Oh, Lucas? Good to chat again. Hi, Joel. I'd love to ask Mrs. Klatt a question. As a mother, you ready?
Yep.
Or wife, would you call a run or pass play on 3rd and 4? I'm the quarterback. Kadarius Toney is our best wide receiver, but we have Derrick Henry in the backfield. It's 3rd and 4. Would you call a run or a pass?
You were the quarterback
I'm
or
the
Lucas?
Quarterback.
It's a hard one. Especially because I know what none of that means. Lucas. Let me explain something. I have been married to Joel for 19 years.
Almost 19 years. You got it.
Let's clarify that because you have quoted 18 years
We're
before.
in our 18th year of marriage.
Coming up on 19. We dated and we got married while he was playing at Colorado.
It's true.
And I did not marry Joel for his football knowledge.
What?
And I watch his games to watch him, but I don't understand any of it. So that was all a completely different language. I will take a team with you as my quarterback.
4, you don't know what you want to do, run or pass?
Okay, so that means that
do you know what we would have to do on 4th
third down? That's 3rd down with 4 yards to go.
Yes.
Until you get another first down.
That's correct.
I know that part. I would probably run it because then we need to get another first down.
We do need another first down.
And it's only
this is incredible.
It's only 4 yards. So that's like pretty
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Derrick Henry. Thanks, Lucas. Appreciate the question.
Just push over the line and you're good.
Push over the line and you're good. Uh-huh. I'm going to use that this fall at some point. Okay. It says, hi, Joel and team. I think your team, babe. I saw Joel's tweet that his wife, Sarah, was going to be answering questions. By the way, this comes in from, I think this is Susan. It's one of our lady listeners.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, Susan says, saw Sarah was going to be answering questions in the next episode. I thought I'd ask her a question. Joel has talked about how you two have been together since college. You just referenced that. Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy watching Joel when he was playing, or was it nerve-wracking? And what's it like for you now during a game that he's calling on Saturdays?
Okay, Susan, I am the oldest of 4 girls. Mm-hmm. And so I actually, again, don't know a lot about football. So going to football games was a social event for me. And usually I would leave at halftime to do homework or study or write a paper. So when
she was super cool.
So when we, before we started dating, he would say that he didn't think he had a shot with me because I wouldn't even stay to watch him play, which was true. But I mean, we were friends, we weren't dating. Once we did start dating, I obviously stayed at his games, and I actually traveled with your parents to all the away games. Can
you take me into a conversation with my dad? So my dad was a high school football coach, very intense, get to the game 3-4 hours in advance, just lots of nervous energy. My mom too. My mom was a very intense sports fan. What was that like for you, not knowing about the game?
well, not growing up around that and then seeing how intense they were. Like, I wouldn't eat all day because we would show up multiple hours beforehand after being.
They wouldn't feed you?
Well, it would be like, we're going to stop at Subway on the way. And then his dad would be like, oh, we better get there. And then we'd like walk around the stadium 5 times before it would even open. So I had some like, I remember.
Show for my dad. Man,
he's so great.
I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad.
I loved Kansas State because they had like the purple cat corn. You could get kettle corn. I looked forward to that because I could eat that. But there wasn't a lot of eating, and he would try to. He definitely was like, "Who is this girl that that Joel's bringing around?" Because she knows nothing. And he was a high school football coach for 30 years. So, right, 30.
Yeah.
So he tried to teach me things like the red zone, and I still don't know what that is.
Do you know what the red zone is?
It's like towards the the end zone.
Yes,
but it's
true.
Yeah, it's somewhere over there.
I love it.
But so when we were dating and when we were married,
was it nerve-wracking?
It was nerve-wracking. I always just didn't want you to get hurt, and as a result, I also wanted you to make your plays too, because then you would be
happier.
Yeah,
because my identity was tied to my success. I had to do a lot of work on that.
Don't worry, I helped. We did it. We came through. True. But I would say that as a result, when I watch football now, unless I'm like, it's like the Broncos are playing and I want the Broncos to win because we're friends. Like, I don't really have a team. And so I will, or if the Buffs are playing, because I do love the Buffs, I root for the quarterback because so like whoever's playing, I just want the quarterback to make their plays. I don't want the quarterback to get sacked because that's what, caused anxiety back then. I didn't want you to get hurt. I watched you get hurt really bad when you got a concussion in the Big 12 championship. And I remember thanking God at that point because you were totally getting killed. And I remember sitting there and just praying like, okay, at least like, Lord, he's getting killed, but at least he hasn't gotten hurt. And literally 2 seconds later, you got knocked out. So it was nerve-wracking. As far as like TV though, I don't get nervous. I mean, because you just like, it's just what you do.
Thanks.
You're good at it.
Hey, yeah. Thanks. You're doing great. You were nervous before this. You're doing great.
I mean, I don't do this. So like, I don't understand how like the red light goes on and you just like start talking. Huh? But you do. Good job.
Mary says, hello, Sarah. A while back, Joel told the story of how he proposed to you. And while it was sweet, he also noted how it didn't go exactly how he thought it would go and was sure that you had figured it out. I'm curious if his telling of the story matched up with how you remember it. Happy Mother's Day. Mary,
it was pretty spot on. I literally got dressed that night thinking, what do I want to wear when I get engaged? Because we were in college and we did not go to nice restaurants. And he had asked me, like, what are we doing Friday night? Let's go to the Chautauqua House, which was like a fancy restaurant that we had never been to. And previous to that, his roommate, Sam, was spitting in a Shane Company water bottle. And then I found like the jeweler business card on his dresser. And mind you, like we had looked at rings. We did know like the timing that it would have to happen based on the football season. So I knew it was like coming, and then all the red flags were there. So I knew down to the day when it was coming. So it was a star. You couldn't remember what
the star on the mountain. I said it was a cross. It was a star. Yeah. And lights on the mountain. And I was going to take her to the middle of the star, and then she said she hated the star. Fun.
Yeah, I mean, we were driving straight towards it, and it was right in front of me, and I didn't know that's where we were going.
So on the night that you knew you were going to get engaged, you just decided to talk about what you hated?
Well, yeah, you weren't like the romantic type that was going to take me up to the star.
Has my romantic ability gone up or down or stayed level in the last 19 years?
I mean, it's probably this maybe declined. You're not really romantic, but you're very stable. Man.
Oh,
I like
you.
stability.
That's what every man really strives for, is just to be stable. All right, here we go. Last one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This one comes in from Will. He says, I was wondering if you could give me some advice, babe, regarding my proposal plan to my girlfriend. We have been dating for about a year and a half now, and she is the love of my life. Good for you, Will. I have what I think would be the perfect plan for a proposal, which would be in June 2025.
So a year. That's a year.
You have a perfect plan for 13 months from now? Okay. However, she has told me numerous times, is that bad?
Well, I mean, there might be like a trip planned that he's like, that would be great to do. I mean, I can see it.
Just drive up to the Star, Will. She'll love it. She has told me numerous times that she wants our wedding to be in January of 2026. Wow. You guys have like figured out. My question to you is this. If she wants to have her wedding in January of 26, should I change my proposal plan to do it sooner to give us more time to plan the wedding? All I want to do is make her happy and give her the proposal and wedding that she has always dreamed of, no matter the time frame. Thank you, says Will. What do you think, babe?
Well,
he says he wants to ask her in June 25.
Yeah.
She wants a wedding basically 6 months after that.
She sounds like a very lucky girl because you seem to really care about making her happy. That being said, it just depends on what kind of girl she is. First of all, if you've already been dating this long, it's like that's another year. I mean, we dated for a year and before we got engaged, and then our engagement was only 5 months. So here's what I have to say. Like, I don't believe in long engagements myself, and I don't think that they're necessary. But if she's the type who wants to spread out all the planning,
yeah, I guess it would depend on like, well, what's her wedding, right?
Yeah.
Like what's, well, you got to figure out these plans because she has a date, but it's like, what does her wedding look like? Because if it's extravagant, she's going to need more than 6 months.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I got my wedding dress at the Denver Convention Center for $200. We were poor college kids, so yeah, you're very stable.
Thank you.
Good job. But sometimes wedding dresses take like 6 months to make, so it just depends on what type of wedding she wants. I would say it's, if you think she would be disappointed, and also if you're talking about this now and she's like anticipating it and then she's waiting for a year for you to actually propose, that might be kind of disappointing as well. I was the opposite. Like, I thought I'd be getting married at 28.
Should she wait, what, 28?
Yeah, I just always thought like 20, you get married when you're 28. And then we had been dating for 5 months and you wanted to go look at rings.
I mean, I was
knew.
I love
and
you.
I knew too, but I was just kind of like, whoa,
I'm
like
stable.
This is how it happens. You're very stable.
Thank you. It's the first time she's ever used that word describing me. So glad she did it with hundreds of thousands of people listening. Okay, so do we think that your advice to Will is ask her about the wedding she has planned? Like, babe, tell me what you want our wedding to look like. That seems innocuous enough.
Yeah. And I think it just depends on like what your perfect, like if you know you want to marry her, I don't think you have to wait. Just ask her unless it's like, oh, I don't have money for a ring. I don't think that should hold you back either. Would you consider it
a red flag if the way he proposes like impacts the way she feels about him?
Well, yes, that would be a red flag, but I have faith that that's not the situation.
Oh, good.
I think if anything, based on what he wrote in, he just doesn't want her to be disappointed.
That's true.
So if you're concerned that she would be disappointed, I would say act on that, and sooner is better than later. But 6 months to plan a wedding is totally fine.
It's doable,
yep.
Unless it's extravagant.
Thank you for watching the Joel Klatt Show YouTube channel. And if you liked this clip, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel, and you can stay up to date on all of my college football coverage.